Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm first green ballin', tryna get my bread long. You know the game gone and my mind been blown. Different decisions that I done made got me fucked up now. Still gon' thug the life I'm living, still gon' hold this shit down. Every day of my life, yeah, nigga chasing trees. And I'm saying niggas should be around there, won't see you off your feet. My mama been doing bad, but I ain't going into that. I done picked that girl up when I caught my first package. I be damn, me and my people hurting for something for a day. That shit happened, the next man ain't getting nothing. Faded the root of evil, and that's my damn best friend. And I put that on my life, ain't nobody gon' fuck with him. You try to jam it, yeah, that ass getting chopped. Trying to serve ain't got no business on my block, now bitch, you're getting chopped. Now either way you try to fuck with my pockets, don't believe that ass getting chopped. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm back in the mix. Those flaky niggas better stand down. Came home, got me some yam, I'm the man now. Niggas, some bitches all from my face, I ain't know who they is. Everybody up from my mix like I'm a hero and shit. Fall back, I'll buy a brick. Right now I'm on a mission, I'm giving you 2 for 20. Got grams going for 50. Putting that in my pockets, the nigga you bullshitting. What the fuck you ain't listen? I done told you I got to get it. Nobody depending on me, so it's all mine. I ain't stressing out by myself, that's how it going down. My mama fighting her little dicks and she gon' be alright. Before I ever tweaking and begging, I put something up on the pipe. This is no fraction of my life, still all in for a lick. Lurking for fatty, looking for niggas to tone mix. Start to lurking if I'm hurting, different side come out. That flip shit, Dr. Jacob, Mr. High come out. Gonna be, you know how I played it all. That nigga burning G.
Welcome back to your favorite channel, Pelican Bay Dog TV and News. Giving it to my brothers and my sisters and my peoples all across the world. Like I always say, some gonna like it, some ain't, man. Y'all hit that like button, y'all hit that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed yet, big shout out to all the pet lovers across the world. Got a little bit of news for y'all brothers today, and I got something to talk about as well, like I always do. You know, hope everybody having a great Saturday. You know, doing what they gotta do with these pets out here, enjoying the day. You know, first thing I want to speak about, I got a video and some news, an update from a Massachusetts man just been sentenced federally. I gave y'all a little bit about it a few videos back, but here's a more in detail look at it. Massachusetts man, first man from that area that was federally convicted for dog fighting. So this is Massachusetts' first federal dog fighting conviction. So y'all just check this out. He got a year and a day, a year and a day, or a year and a month, or something like that, for 9 counts, which I'm guessing he pled guilty to. 9 counts of dog fighting. So y'all check this video out and know where y'all got it first. PB K9s, Let's get into it.
A Hanson man has been sentenced in connection to a dogfighting case.
Yeah, NBC 10's Carla Rojo talked with the director of law enforcement at the Animal Rescue League of Boston and tells us about this historic moment for Massachusetts.
Dogfighting is a very brutal and heinous form of animal cruelty.
A historic conviction in Massachusetts. 51-year-old John Murphy of Hanson was sentenced Wednesday to more than a year in prison for owning pit bulls for dogfighting. This is the first ever federal dogfighting conviction in Massachusetts. Karen Lestraco, the director of law enforcement for the Animal Rescue League of Boston, says this type of crime is not unusual.
It's something that is used for enjoyment of individuals. It's also tied with various other forms of organized crime. Could be illegal gambling, can be drugs, gang activity, things of that nature.
In this case, police seized 13 pit bulls from a home in 2023. Investigators say they also had pictures and videos as well as recordings of Murphy talking about dogfighting.
It is difficult in terms of the level of investigation that's required in order to bring these people to justice. So we certainly appreciate the perseverance of the USDA Office of Inspector General's office.
In Boston, Carla Rojo, NBC 10 Boston.
Now, speaking about the pups, when I made a post on Facebook about pups starting at $2,000, each litter, either litter, you know what I'm saying? And I said for the brothers that or the sisters that may have the Pitbull Encyclopedia, the special edition, that had the error on the cover with the Pitbull spelled with one L instead of two, then you get a discount, you know? The discount that I said on Facebook. And if you buy a copy of the Pitbull Encyclopedia, you'll still get a discount, but you just won't get the discount that the brothers or the sisters who purchased it first, you know, will get. You know, and all that goes down to, man, is if you rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. Plain out and simple, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I told brothers, man, you know, I try to show my appreciation where I can on certain things, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, anybody who got that copy, if you are interested in the puppy, you know, later on down the line or anywhere in the future, as long as you got that copy with that misspelled pit bull on the front, you know, you good. You know, and it been corrected for a minute now, so most people got the regular copy. You know, but there is several copies out there like that. So that's why I said, you know, you get them discounts. And it's all about, I'm rocking with the folk that's rocking with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Plain out and simple. And I appreciate everybody who bought a copy of the Pitbull Encyclopedia and everybody who plan on getting one in the future. You know, it just is what it is, my brothers and my sisters. Now, I want to do this video to speak about a certain dog, you know, that I feel like need to be spoken on. And this is Geico Charlotte, you know. Geico Charlotte, which is off of, I don't got to even tell you who she's off of. You can look at it and tell, you know. J.D. Hogg and Mellow Yellow. Mellow Yellow's first litter from J.D. Hogg and Mellow Yellow. And this dog, man, is a phenomenal looking dog. That's why I say I got to speak about it. I'm going to speak about what breeding two different dogs and what I can see in her, how she came out better than her father, you know. Because JD got a little less leg than what Charlotte got, you know, or what Charlotte has. All right. So breeding JD with Mellow Yellow, it kind of, you know, it gave Charlotte a little more leg than what JD has, because she's taller than JD, but she's got that JD look in the face. She's got that head size, and it's still growing. Even though she's, you know, an adult dog, it's still growing. She probably won't max out until she get about 3 years old, close to 3. And, you know, you have a pretty much maxed out then. But she's gonna still be growing, man. Great looking dog, and like I said, you know, I'm glad that I met this brother that got Charlotte, because these are the type of brothers that I want my dogs to get to. Now, this is a dog he can take many different ways. She's Mayday on the top, Big John on the bottom. Okay? Red Boy Jocko, Bolio, all the way through. All right. he can go many ways with her. He can go the macho buck way, which would be your red boy Jocko buck. You know, that's your red boy Jocko buck coming through the macho buck stuff. And then you got your red boy Jocko buck coming through Charlotte as well. So you can go the macho buck way. You know, the way she's bred, she's tight on the top and the bottom, but the bottom side, she's super tight. You know, you could pretty much take her, you know, any route you want to go at. Now, what I will say is, you know, and we just talking reality, if you took Charlotte to, or if he took Charlotte to a scatterbred dog, we just going to use some examples. If you take it to a scatterbred dog, just say, you know, great dog. But just say if it got a few pedigrees or a few bloodlines in it that Charlotte don't have in her. Okay, you got to remember, she's red boy Jocko Bolio. Now, not only can you go to the macho buck stuff, but you can come back to the big John stuff, the little John stuff. You can go to Fletcher, which is her little mate, her mother, little mate brother, you know, or you can go back to any type of big John dog and it's going to go well with her. You know, you don't have to just go back to Fletcher. You can go back to any legitimate big John, little John dog, you know, that has no out yet, you know. Now, even if you did, say if you went to a big John dog that was 50-50, like Charlotte, you know, Charlotte is Mayday and Big John, but say if you went to a Big John Eli, you know, you could do it like that, or you can go Big John Jeep, you know, it's gonna cross good. She gonna cross great with pretty much anything. Like, say if you're going to your blackjack stuff, your Jeep stuff, or your tab stuff, you know, or you can go your red boy side, you know, because through JD, he's got the boomer stuff in him on his side. So, you know, you can go pretty much any way you want to go. You just have to, you know, figure it out to your liking or the owner's liking, you know. But my thing is, I'm just showing y'all brothers and sisters a great dog that I feel like is a great dog, not just because it's off my dog, but I would be giving this brother likes and shares and stuff if I just seen that dog picture posted up on Facebook and didn't even know him at all, you know. So, you know, I want to give him his flowers, his props for raising the dog the way she's supposed to be raised and doing what he's supposed to be doing with the dog, you know. And she's a city dog. You know, she went from living in the country to living in the heart of the city, man. You know what I'm saying? And she to me, she looked like she enjoying life, man. Look like she enjoying life. One thing I know that she does get from her mother, she don't get this from JD, because JD, he wasn't no picture taker. You know, but Meliello, she know how to pose for the camera. And she know when that camera come out, how to act certain times. But JD, I bring the camera out and he be looking, I be like, damn, I need to get that on camera. And then I go to get the camera out and then I can't get that pose from him again. You know what I'm saying? His mama bad at that too. You know, I have to have him just right to get the certain poses I want with him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I just want to say, you know, you got a good looking dog. Keep doing what you're doing with Charlotte. Good luck to you, whoever or whatever you decide to breed to her later on in the future. And like I always say, man, all promotion is on me, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's for any brothers that rock with me with my dogs. You know what I'm saying? Get them dogs looking good and how they supposed to be. And it ain't no thing, man. Hit me up. I'm going to promote your thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we doing the right things with these dogs out here. You know, it may be a small handful of us. You know what I'm saying? It's maybe a small handful of us, but we going to stand strong and do what we got to do, man, and keep these real yellow dogs, because these boys, they want that bootleg stuff. You know what I'm saying? They don't want the bootleg. You know, one thing about it, we gonna make sure we stay on the right end of the fence, but we gonna make sure we keep the right dogs. We don't want that bootleg shit, and we don't want that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Them pressing canaries and all that. We want pressing canaries when they supposed to be pressing canaries. I'm gonna put it like that. You know, salute to my man Street Rocks. I had to straighten it out for you, dog. You know what I'm saying? We want presses when they supposed to be presses. We don't want presses when they supposed to be pit bulls. You know, so we gonna keep it 100 over here, man. Real yellow dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, Some gonna like it, some ain't. It ain't my fault. I'm just here to give it to you, man. You know, and like I said, if you don't got the book, you didn't get the book when it came out, you know, it is what it is. You know, if you're a good pet owner, you can get a dog. You know what I'm saying? But I do my evaluating. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, the same way I can read a brother in the streets and you trying to make sure they ain't trying to do you no harm. You know, the ones you come around, you know, I'm going to read the person who come to get these dogs or who want these dogs. You know what I'm saying? Just anybody who hit me up in Facebook talking about a pedigree, you know, I don't get gassed up off none of that. I ain't tripping because you asked me for a pet. Like, half of y'all not going to buy the dogs anyway. Anybody who been following me, watching me, rocking with me, you know, my dogs, even if you don't watch the videos all the time, you know what I'm running. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody asks me what kind of dogs these is or that, I know you just coming in or you just seeing these. And it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we rocking that yellow stuff. You know, and not that bootleg. I'm in it on that. You know, and big salute to everybody that's doing their thing in them dogs. Taking care of them dogs, man. It's getting hot. That weather changing up and them fleas coming out. You know, do what you gotta do, my brothers. Do what you gotta do. I'm waiting on anime. Like I said before, I'm waiting on anime to come in heat. When anime come in heat, I can promise you, I got smoke. I'm coming out here with smoke to the dog trainers. I got smoke, competitive smoke, man. You know, competitive smoke. The minute my puppy get winged, I'm bringing it. I'm telling you. The minute, that's I'm waiting on anime to drop her litter. She ain't even going heat yet. As soon as she going heat, because I'm waiting on her, she ain't going. You know, but I got BG, the one I just bred. You know, I bred her today. Mellow Yellow is about going on a month in. You know, so hopefully anime will be going in any time now. But when I get one of them Mile Wild puppies in my hand, boy, look at here. You know, it's on and popping. Now I'm wondering, I'm going to say this before I go. I'm wondering, do any of these brothers, especially the grown brothers over 18, anybody over 18, I'm wondering, do you watch, you know, because y'all, everybody in the hip-hop stuff and all that, do you watch these court cases from different folk for the last 2 years, 3 years? When they going back into these brothers' phones, getting this, getting that, getting this, why are y'all putting this crazy stuff in y'all phones? I can't understand it. But it ain't meant for me to understand. I just give y'all brothers the news, and that article I gave y'all yesterday from Oklahoma, you know, that took the cake. Like I said, he had drug ledgers, he had dog fighting trophies. We don't know if them trophies was ADBA. That's what we need to find out. You know, what they now. I'ma say they must have been dog fighting trophies, because this the only time that they normally just put the trophies out there in the picture. They don't normally say dog fighting trophies, you know. And being this dude had a drug ledger, 20 cell phones, and all that other BS, you know, then I'm gonna take it on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it on that, dog fighting trophies. You know, like, man, listen here, man. But, you know, they did say something like he was on Indian territory. He had committed a crime on Indian territory. So I'm not sure if he actually lived on Indian territory. Now, if he lived on Indian territory, he probably thought he was immune from certain things. He probably thought certain law enforcement would never come to where he stayed at, or he was good, you know. But, man, listen, these dogs heavy. You know, these dogs heavy, and they don't care about no, I ain't gonna lie. You know, I know how them, the Indian territories go. But when it come to these dogs, and these folk, they done did investigations and all kind of stuff like that, they coming, man. You know, if they got to bring the feds with them, you know the feds can touch any single place in this country. When it come down to the come down. Now, I will say this, when it come to Charlotte, you know, if it was me, I would try to breed her to a dog with a little bit of leg up under them. You know, I wouldn't go to nothing shorter than what she is. You know, it just depends on what kind of dogs you like. You know, everybody got their own preference, so I really need to take that back. You may like a different kind of dog than I like. You know what I'm saying? So that's straight understandable. You know, don't breed Charlotte to my liking. Breed it to your liking. You know what I'm saying? But any help I can give you with it, or any kind of advice, you know, you may have with her, have for her, or want for her rather, just hit me up, man. Like I said, great dog. The work you put in with her, the advertising you put in with her, you know, you deserve a great dog to breed to her. I don't care what line it is. If you're going to go Eli, get you a great Eli dog to go to her. If you're going to go Bolio or Rascal, get you a great Rascal dog. You deserve the best to go to that dog, man. She look good and she bred good. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. You know, and I know she acting good. You know, she got, just looking at her, she got the structure where she can compete in any event, you know. Now her daddy, I ought to put her daddy in more of a weight pull, you know, or maybe confirmation. Even though his confirmation wasn't good, he had that look where he just might can steal the show. You know, he had you know, some what they call that Mayday confirmation, that low front end. You know, but he had the look, like I said, that he just might go in there and steal a whole bunch of dog shows. You know, he just had that look. Some dogs got that look, man. You know, you can try to count them out, but they just have that look, and he had that look. I got to give him that. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at Charlotte, you know, that's all I see is JD. See, you say a mellow yellow because she may act like mellow yellow. You know, she may be, you know, prancy and see, Mellow Yellow is more active than JD. You know, she hit them. You see how she hit them flirt poles and how she on the boom boom. She on the dime when she make them cuts and stuff. JD was more of a slow driver, a slow pusher. He run the flirt pole and he gonna run after it, but he not gonna run after it as hard as she would. You know, but I think you got the best of both worlds in that dog, Charlotte, right there, man. And like I said, I'm impressed on how you raised her. You know what I'm saying? She looked, like I said, she looked damn good. Hey, I tell you what, man, puppies off that dog there. If I was buying puppies off her, looking at her pedigree and looking at the way she bred and the way she looked, you know what I'm saying? Them high dollar puppies. You know, everybody do what they want to do though, man. Everybody do what they want to do. But like my boy J-Bo said, man, J-Bo, and I keep bringing this up, dog. You told me to take pride in Bo back when we was on the show together doing that thing. But this time, when I'm talking about taking pride in myself, PBK, man, you know what I'm saying? Charlotte is a PBK bred dog, but that's Mr. Goyko's Charlotte. That's his dog. He did that. She represents me, but she represents him. It's his dog. You know what I'm saying? It's his dog. But if she wasn't a great dog, or if she wasn't a dog to his liking, then she would represent me. You know what I'm saying? And saying I gave him a dog that he didn't like. You know? But like I said, man, I'm impressed with how you got that dog looking, man. She looked damn good. I'm impressed with how you promoted that dog. You've been promoting that dog since she been a puppy dog. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't doing it on YouTube. You just staying out there promoting your dog, man. You ain't talking no trash, no none of that. You ain't dissing nobody. But then you have your little, how we call them, the flunkies. You know what I'm saying? They try to hate on your dog because they know who you got it from. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if there was a real dog, man, they'll tell you your dog look good, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I always say, even the brothers that I talk trash to, you know, if your dog look good, man, your dog look good, plain out and simple. You know, I tell trial and error about the shit, how I give him the shit, but his dog look good. And I'm not going to ever knock that. You know what I'm saying? No matter what I say, it makes my word not legitimate when I start speaking like that. It makes it fairy tale for me to say his dog don't look good, you know. So like I said, man, got to take pride in myself. You know, you getting a dog from PB K9s, you know, real yellow dogs, not bootleg. and we doing the right things with these yellow dogs. We can't help what the first generation did. We ain't trying to copy the first generation. We learned from the first generation. You know what I'm saying? Thank the Lord, we got a lot of brothers out here from that generation that can give us game and school us to where we can move the way we need to move in modern day time. And like I said, man, a lot of brothers, they just got too much pride sometimes when it comes to these dogs. That's going to be the reason a lot of brothers don't have good dogs or not going to get the dogs that they could have to be good. That's why a lot of brothers back in the days didn't make the breedings that we get up here and we talk about these fantasy breedings like Jocko or Jeep, why they didn't do this cross or why they didn't do the Bolio with the Eli, why the Eli Bolio. We always say this stuff, but a lot of times it's because this dog man don't like this man. That dog man don't like this one. This one think he likes men and all that. He worrying about his sexual orientation. He worrying about this. A lot of that went on back in the days, and a lot of it still go on, and that's the reason a lot of crosses won't be made. That's the reason a lot of crosses wasn't made, and the reason a lot of brothers not going to get a great dog today. And I'm not talking about for me just in general. I'm talking about a lot of brothers. Oh, I don't like him, but the man dogs look good. The man dogs look good, and you like the pedigree. But you got too much pride to buy it, but you rather go through a third or fourth person to buy it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, grab this dog for me. You know what I'm saying? It's two things, man. If you got to go through a third party to buy a dog from somebody, it only means one of several things. It could be several things. One, for sure, it means you don't need to buy the dog from that brother, or that brother don't need to sell you the dog, rather. If you can't go straight to him, it means something wrong. Now, if you don't want to go straight to him because you don't like him and you're trying to go third party to get the dog, that should tell you to get your shit together, stop all that hating, you know what I'm saying, and sit all the BS aside. Now, I will say this too. J.D. Hogg brother, different litter, but bred the same exact way that City Boy got, Chainsaw, he produces some great dogs as well. And that's, like I said, that's not his little mate brother, but they bred the same exact way. That dog produces some good dogs as well. So check that pedigree out or check that dog out if you haven't seen him yet. And that may be something you want to add to your program. Like I always say, man, when it comes to these dogs, the worst thing you could do is try to follow what another person do when you don't really like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what it is, and I'm going to use me and City Boy, for example. If he like Eli, and I like Red Boy Jocko, the worst thing he can do is to get Red Boy Jocko because I like it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he like is whatever he like, and I like what I like. You know what I'm saying? And we put that punch together, or we put them ideas and things together to see what we could come with at the end of the day, bring to the table. You never, no matter if you got kennel partners, no matter if you doing it by yourself, always do what you trying to do for your program. Make sure it's to your liking, not your friend over there or the friend over there, because everybody over there got Mayday dogs. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, you feel some kind of way about your Eli dog, and that's where you make your mistake at. Everybody not meant to be the same in the dog game. That's the whole point. Everybody have their own flavor. That's why them brothers back in the day, way back in the day, that's why Carver and all the rest of them, way back, why they didn't tell you the right pedigrees, because everybody wants something different. You know what I'm saying? No matter if we got thousands of dog brothers had different, he wants you to have a different portion of what he had, and how he know it was different because you didn't know what you had. You know what you thought you had, but you didn't know what you had, and then being that he know what you had, he know what you don't got. So that was the whole point. Because nobody's, everybody don't have to have the same stuff. Now, where that comes into play at, because brothers may look at, oh, this man making money off his dogs, or he making money off his dogs. So we going to get the same dogs he making money off of, and maybe we can make some money off them dogs. and then you be stuck with them and you don't sell your dogs like how the next person did because you don't know what the next person did to sell their dogs. But hey, man, all I can say is everybody stay safe out there. Everybody stay legal out there. Everybody have a good day, good weekend. PB K9s, and we out.
Let's go.
As possible.
New shit. Chef home. Conway in the building. Night fast stand up. Get us a laugh. On a serious note. Globally local. Local but global, my nigga. Rock with me. Real OGs in
I
the
came,
building.
I saw, I conquered. With no big names, no deals, no celebrity sponsors. Blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. I'm too official. I came, I saw, I conquered. With no big names, no deals, no celebrity sponsors. Blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. I'm too official. You can push up homes in your my search. All that's gonna pop up is some tight work. I pay no attention to you niggas like some lies heard. And when Chef Holmes speak, it's just a wise word. These niggas lifting weights, but what your jaw like? Couldn't kill a cat trying to dogfight. Used to be dirty, now you can catch me in the off-white. Been spitting, you just hitting, my people living life. Whoa, I did it my way, nigga. Chef Holmes, ghetto celeb. Conway, nigga, Ninth Ave, rat on your ass, mob way, nigga. I make it hot for you like Zimbabwe, nigga. Line them up for me, talking to rappers, I see it through. Niggas is ass backwards, classes I make for you. But you niggas have access to act the way you do. Deserve an Oscar, how you acting in the booth? I came, I saw, I conquered. With no big names, no deals, no celebrity sponsors. Blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. I'm too official. I came, I saw, I conquered. With no big names, no deals, no celebrity sponsors. Blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. I'm too official.
Red Rush, aka Fat Fingers, I see. I'm on my raw ENT, you better watch your mouth. What up, Critic? Chef Po Aqua. What it do, fam?
Rest in peace, Jacuzzi J would've been on the song with me. You and Rob made an album all about pimping. Golden era before the blood and the Crip shit. Mass hysteria, no love on the street tip. Spitting bars that's sharper than a wingtip. All I know is loose lips, sink ships, watch your mouth. I'm trying to keep this paper rolling in. Wanna be the boss, you gotta get it in. I came, I saw, I conquered. With no big names, no deals, no celebrity sponsors. Blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. I'm too official. I came, I saw, I conquered. With no big names, no deals, no celebrity sponsors. Blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. I'm too official. Ah yeah, we going up, we going up. Bringing that real music back. It's Chef Home.